In this sprint, Ray, Lily, and myself decided to tackle the usability of coffee maker Keurig 2.0. First of all, let's explain how it works. Pods are inserted into the machine, and with one click, as well as water preheated, the coffee would be made. The first task was simple and obvious. We wanted the users to make coffee from the coffee machine. There are also situations where a user might want hot water, like making instant noodles or tea. The second task was surprisingly difficult. Making hot water required holding the dispenser button for 30 seconds, while coffee only required a single click. Most participants, as we would later learn, were not able to find this hidden feature. The third task is a look forward. Most people don't think ahead about cleaning and maintaining the machine, so it's interesting to see how they would approach this. Data-wise, we first asked the users for their opinions on the task difficulty, secondly recorded the time they took for each task, and lastly recorded the number of attempts. Did they even succeed in doing the task? All the data are measures of difficulty, and with all these combined, we can have a good overview of the coffee machine usability. For the participants, we had no strict criteria. We decided on college students for a small age group meant a more consistent experience level. Their experience varied from working as a barista to never making coffee. None have used a pod-style coffee machine before though, so it was interesting to see how non-coffee makers fared against the traditional coffee makers.
First participant was an experienced one. Although she seldom drank coffee, she made lots of coffee drink before. She knew the right way to preheat water and took no time to make her coffee. She unfortunately couldn't recognize that the machine could make hot water and how to do so, that there is a pot that contains tea powder. She instead suggests to put tea leaf in the hot water instead. The second participant was a huge coffee drinker, but has never made coffee before. This caused him to take much longer time to make coffee. He was the only one out of the three participants who figured out how to make hot water, but it was only because he randomly held the button for no specific reason. The last participant is also a coffee drinker. She has experience in making coffee, but was very confused by the coffee machine. At one point when the machine relieved to start, she started to lift the whole machine from the table a couple times. She didn't figure out how to make hot water, but realized there were teapots.
Observations: only one participant figured out how to dispense hot water from the coffee machine, which could be useful for some people. None of them realized that making coffee with its original flavor actually requires selecting the strong option according to the menu. All participants failed the cleaning test because none of them actually removed the pod compartment for cleaning, and they assumed that the coffee machine cleans itself. All the participants complimented the appearance, ease of interface, and taste of the coffee. All in all, they were able to make coffee, which is what a coffee machine should do well on a basic level. Could be done differently. We shouldn't have only given participants hypothetical tasks. It might have yielded better results if we had provided teapots and instant noodles instead of having them imagine scenario. Also, the test was in a pretty small and crowded room. If we could return to the test, we'll choose a bigger room and more comfortable environment for the participants.